Hello, welcome. I'm Jess, aka Bello Queen Tarot, and this is for the Libras. And this is you're a badass spread. And the questions are, what makes you a badass, your superpower, and how are you going to conquer the world? So thanks for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe and comment. Remember, this is a general reading. Take what resonates and leave the rest, please. Let's sage this while it's going. Thank you so much for the subscribers, 81 subscribers. Thank you so, so much. I'm so very blessed to have you guys as my subscribers. Let's bless this reading. So this is for the Libras. Why are they a badass? I'm a Libra as well. This is for February 2021. You have the Four of Pentacles of what makes you a badass. You got strength for what's your superpower. And you got the Knight of Cups of how you're going to conquer the world. Okay. So the first card, this is what makes you a badass. And you have the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles is about security, limit, and conversation. So what makes you a badass, you have that security and that limit to push yourself, but not too far where you can't accomplish any goals. That's what makes you a badass. Your superpower you got first is strength. And strength is about inner strength, courage, and bravery. So your superpower is being so brave and courageous and having that inner strength about the negatives, the positive things, aspects in life. That's what you are. That's what your superpower is. It's because you're a badass, Libra. So how are you going to conquer the world? You got the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is about, so you're going to conquer the world, romance, infatuation, and well-being. So people are going to be infatuated with you. And you're going to romance them in the month of February. Let's get you some guidance for this month, the beginning of this month, the middle of this month, and end of this month. Show me the cards I need to see. Show me the cards I need to see for the Libras. What makes them a badass? What's your spiritual guidance? The first card, you have Pluto transformation. For the second part of the month of February, you got Cancer, I feel. And this third part, you have fire element, desire. So this is for the beginning of February. This is your advice. Pluto, the smallest and outermost planet in our solar system, probably carries the most weight. It is the planet of extremes. Birth, sex, and death are Pluto's themes. In Greek legend, Pluto was the god of the underworld. His earlier name, Hades, comes to designate the dwelling place for the dead. The name Hades means the unseen, and it's a good description of the energies of Pluto, which tend to transform areas of the astrological chart without us knowing until the explosion or blowout. Pluto was discovered in 1930, and although it's now considered a dwarf planet, transits from Pluto are extremely powerful and bring on significant life changes. In traditional astrology, Pluto is the higher octave of Mars, but has some similarities to Saturn, which is also a force of oppression. Pluto governs renewal and rebirth. It brings to the surface that have been hidden. It brings to the surface things that have been hidden or are felt deep inside. So there are sometimes painful to confront, or they're embarrassing or taboo. So this dwarf planet tends to inspire unwelcome surprises. Pluto can be a tower collapsing in your life, a life from which you must rebuild from debris, and also inspiration. Many things you have relied upon for always being there may suddenly disappear or leave. More than anything else, Pluto represents endings and beginnings. It's not a card of physical death per se, since in our lifetimes we experience many deaths and new starts. This is a simply time when the decks are being wiped clean for new action. Most of the time you begin to feel ill or at ease with the feeling of something not right, and things go down strangely with an eerie silence like the Titanic. So if you are in a relationship that has been difficult, it will either end or it will deepen and become more fulfilling. Any romance that starts at this time should prove to be intense. It is very important not to try and control things. Instead, surrender to the ups and downs for a while, although some of these changes may be painful ones. That said, this is a time of intense sexuality. It may come in various forms: great sex, not enough sex, strange sex, but most likely intensely consuming sex. In terms of job or career, it may be time to get another. When the Pluto card presents itself in a reading, you may have recently been infatuated with a hidden subject, certain mysteries, or the taboo. This could be a time when you are able to sense and feel spirits around you. Sometimes this card can indicate psychic attacks, and thus you should be very careful who you open up to. Be cautious if you are involved in anything paranormal or occult in nature. You are not particularly vulnerable. In fact, your strength is growing. But it is important at this time to spiritually protect yourself from anything negative, such as vampires type of people or lost spirits looking for a home. You may become upset concerning something about your past that turns out not to be what you always thought. On a more mundane level, you may have to be more careful with your finances, taxes, and inheritance especially. You might have the opportunity to suddenly move to a new home, but beware of the foundation, water, or sewer problems, and also the possibility that the house might be haunted. Think of Pluto as leftover things that intend to languish in a state of decay or descendance, but more positively, rejuvenation, healing, and birth. For the second part of the month, you got Cancer. I feel. Let me take a drink of my coffee here. Rely upon the wisdom of what you feel right now. Individuals born under the sign of Cancer are mysterious and alluring. So you might be dealing with a Cancer. Or someone you're dealing with this Cancer. Cancers have a depth feeling of not be easily seen, as if in the deepest parts of the ocean, fathoms below the surface, but where there is great power. Cancers are reclusive, and they tend to hide their feelings and have alternate moods. They are emotionally vulnerable and are easily wounded. They can be downright touchy, and when feelings are bruised, Cancers can become